The chains were gone, but Joseph was not free. The pit was behind him now. The voices of his brothers had faded into memory. The caravan had disappeared into the horizon. And yet, the pain remained. Before him stood Egypt, a land of towering monuments and foreign gods, a land where no one knew his name, no one knew his story, no one cared who he had once been. To Egypt, Joseph was not a beloved son. He was not a dreamer. He was not a brother. He was merchandise, a slave. And as the massive gates of the city opened before him, Joseph faced a terrifying truth. Everything familiar had been taken away. His family, his freedom, his home, his future. But what Joseph could not see was that Egypt was not the end of his story. It was the furnace that would shape the man he was destined to become. This is Untold Stories of the Bible, the hidden emotions, silent struggles, and human stories behind Scripture. Today, we continue the journey of Joseph, a young man betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and carried into a future he never expected. This is Joseph in Egypt, the slave they couldn't break. Egypt rose before Joseph like another world. Towering walls, strange voices, gods carved into stone. Everything familiar had vanished. Only weeks earlier, he had walked freely beneath the skies of Canaan. Now chains of uncertainty wrapped tightly around his future. The young dreamer who once wore a robe of honor now entered Egypt as property, not as a son, not as a brother, but as a slave. And though his body crossed into Egypt, part of Joseph still remained trapped inside that pit. The slave market overwhelmed the senses. Voices shouted constantly. Animals moved through crowded streets. Merchants bargained without emotion. Joseph stood silently among strangers. People examined him as though he were an object, a price, not a person. Every passing moment deepened the humiliation. And somewhere beneath the fear, another painful realization slowly formed. His brothers had not simply abandoned him. They had erased him. Then a man named Potiphar approached, an officer of Pharaoh, a man of influence, powerful, disciplined, accustomed to command. Potiphar noticed something unusual in Joseph. Calmness, intelligence, self-control. Even in suffering, Joseph carried himself differently. And so Potiphar purchased him. Joseph followed silently. He had no choice. But he could not have known that this house would shape the next chapter of his destiny. Life inside Potiphar's household demanded adaptation. Joseph learned quickly the Egyptian language, the customs, the structure of power. Each day required discipline. Mistakes were dangerous. Weakness invited punishment. But suffering had already begun transforming Joseph. The careless boy his brothers once mocked slowly disappeared. In his place emerged a man who observed carefully before speaking, a man who endured. And over time, Potiphar noticed. Joseph succeeded in every responsibility given to him. The household prospered. Servants respected him. Accounts remained organized. Order replaced confusion. And eventually, Potiphar entrusted nearly everything into Joseph's care. It was the first time since the betrayal that Joseph felt something close to stability. Yet pain still lingered beneath the surface. At night, memories returned. His father's voice, the robe, the pit, the silence of his brothers. Some wounds do not disappear simply because life becomes quieter. Though surrounded by people, Joseph remained deeply alone. No family, no familiar faces, no certainty about the future. He often wondered whether his father still mourned him, whether his brothers ever regretted what they had done, whether God still remembered him at all. Yet, despite the loneliness, Joseph refused bitterness, and that quiet strength became visible to everyone around him. But inside the house, a new danger slowly emerged. Potiphar's wife began watching Joseph closely. He had matured, strong, composed, trusted, and over time her interest became impossible to hide. At first, Joseph ignored it. Then came subtle invitations, lingering conversations, moments designed to isolate him. Joseph understood the danger immediately, not only morally, but socially. In Egypt, the word of a powerful woman carried enormous weight. Day after day, she pressured him. But Joseph refused, not simply out of fear, but conviction. After everything he had lost, he refused to lose himself as well. Yet temptation rarely disappears quietly when denied. It often transforms into resentment, and resentment inside powerful people becomes dangerous. One day, the house stood unusually empty. The opportunity she had waited for finally arrived. She cornered Joseph, demanded he stay. But Joseph fled, and in the chaos, his garment remained behind. Humiliated and enraged, Potiphar's wife transformed rejection into accusation. Her voice echoed through the house. She claimed Joseph attacked her, and instantly, the trust he spent years building collapsed. Potiphar listened carefully. Perhaps part of him doubted the story. Perhaps he recognized Joseph's character. But power protects itself, and public shame demanded action. Joseph was arrested. No defense, no witnesses, no family to speak for him. Only silence. Again, the pit had returned. Only this time, it wore prison walls instead of desert stone. Prison stripped away what little remained of Joseph's stability. The darkness felt endless. Cold stone, heavy chains, forgotten men buried beneath Egypt's power. And somewhere inside those walls, Joseph faced his deepest battle yet. Not survival, but hope. how many times could one man lose everything and still believe his life carried meaning? There were nights Joseph questioned everything. The dreams, the suffering, the silence. Why would God allow betrayal only to permit false accusation afterward? Had every step simply led him deeper into misery? Yet despite the questions, Joseph did not completely surrender to despair. And slowly, even in prison, his character began affecting others. Because strength rooted in suffering carries unusual power. Over time, the prison keeper noticed Joseph's discipline, his wisdom, his reliability. Again, responsibility found him, even in chains. And perhaps that is what made Joseph different. Every environment meant to crush him somehow revealed deeper resilience instead. The pit did not destroy him. Slavery did not destroy him. Prison would not destroy him either.
But growth did not erase pain. Years passed, and one of the hardest truths Joseph learned in prison was this: sometimes suffering lasts longer than expected. There were moments he felt forgotten entirely, forgotten by people, forgotten by destiny. Yet hidden seasons often shape people more deeply than visible victories ever could. Inside prison, Joseph developed patience, wisdom, discernment, emotional control. The boy from Canaan was gone forever. A leader was quietly being formed in darkness. Most people remember Joseph for the palace, but the palace was built long before he entered it. It was built in betrayal, in loneliness, in false accusation, in hidden years no one applauded. And perhaps that is the untold truth behind Joseph's story. Greatness rarely arrives suddenly. It is often shaped slowly inside seasons people would rather escape. Joseph could not yet see the future waiting beyond those prison walls. He did not know kings would soon hear his name. He did not know famine, power, and reconciliation still lay ahead. All he knew was suffering. But even there, purpose was still moving quietly beneath the surface. And though Egypt had taken Joseph's freedom, it could not destroy the dream.